Namaskar my dear friends. So in this session we will see the complete circuit design for Max 22211, that is a stepper motor driver. So we have already seen the device overview and its functionality and its design processes. Like what are the different approach that is involved in the designing of this particular stepper motor driver for different applications, right? So if you see the data sheet, this is from Analog Devices. Actually this IC is from Maxim Integrated that has been acquired by Analog Devices, one of the best company in the world, and it can work up to 36 volt input and 3.8 volt output with two half bridges. Okay, so that's the reason it can be used for your brush DC motor also. So you can see in the application we have brush DC motor as well. Okay, so two brush DC motor it can drive, and a stepper motor if you have to drive, that will be only one. It can drive solenoid drivers as well as latched valves. We had seen some of the other applications as well, like it can be used in robotics arms, printers, tray elevators, or syringe pumps in medical devices. Okay, so in this particular session what we'll do is we'll give the input voltage to 15 volt, or it can be given as 18 volt as well. So only these two voltage levels we'll try to give, and we'll design our circuit completely. Okay, we have also seen the simplified schematic block that was given in the data sheet. So you can see this is my microcontroller MCU, and this is the motor driver IC, that is Max 22211. Okay, and you can see if you are going to drive brush DC motor, that out one pair will be driving one of the brush DC motors, and out two pair will be driving another brush DC motors. And if you want to drive a stepper motor, they have two pairs requirement. So this brush DC motor will be removed, and these two pairs, pair A and pair B, will be able to drive your stepper motors. Okay, this device is already like available in two packages. One is TQFN32 package, TQFN32 package, and one is TSSOP 28 package. So if you want to have the pins like visible to external side, then you can utilize your TSSOP package. However, if you want to have better thermal capabilities and better working efficiencies, then you can go ahead with TQFN package. So we are going to take TQFN package in our design because this is the one we have utilized in our syringe pump design. One of the client is there who has uh, the project of getting syringe pump driver. Okay, so for that purpose we had utilized Max 22211. Some of the things that we will be taking care of is it will be working with up to 3.8 ampere current capacity. If you want to limit the current capacity up to 1.9 ampere, then you have to set this HFS line to 1. So we are going to set HFS line to 0 so that we can utilize maximum current capabilities. At the same time, in decay mode we will be utilizing mixed decay mode, that is mixed will be 60% fast and 40% slow. So that will be done by putting the like hardware circuit in this fashion. So you can see decay 2 is put high, that is pulled up with the 3.3 kilo ohm resistor, and decay 1 has been pulled down, right? So you can see decay 1 has been pulled down with 3.3 kilo ohm resistor, and these two has been made not used. Okay, so if you want to rechange it, interchange it based on your requirement, that you can do so. At the same time, this has been also connected to the microcontroller pin, where it is very easy to control with softwares. So I have already explained all the different functionalities, like what will be the mode in 00, 01, 10, and 11. And in that case we will be seeing in this manner, right? One more thing what we have done is for fault detection. For fault detection, once it is high, then there is no issue at all. So generally in the IC, if there is no fault indication detected, then the fault pin will be high, and there is a LED that we have connected in our circuit, so that will not glow. And when there is a fault that is coming, then it will be showing an issue, and in that case that pin will become low, and this is how the LED will glow, indicating that there is a fault in the IC. So we have already seen the typical application that was given in the data sheet. This is my microcontroller section, MCU section, which has been, like taking the IO pins or driver lines, or like sync line, or maybe some detection lines. All these things have been explained one by one. And this is my um, stepper motor driver control. Okay, and this is how it is going to drive the stepper motor. So let us see the complete circuit that we have designed with this particular stepper motor driver. So we'll see the microcontroller section. So this is the microcontroller section that is utilized, and the microcontroller that has been used is from Texas Instrument. They have released a very beautiful microcontroller which is very easy to design, and that is MSP M0L series, and that is we are going to utilize 1306 with 32 pin VQFN package. Okay, so 32 pin VQFN package we have utilized for our purpose, and you can see all the peripherals have been connected. So there is a fault line that is connected, there is enable A, enable B, so two enables are there. We have sleep mode control, we have PWM lines, that is D in 1A PWM and D in 1B D in 2A PWM, as well as D in 1B and D in 2B PWMs are there. So two pairs PWM is also there. One additional PWM is there, PWM1 and PWM2, that can be utilized for other purposes if you wish to. We have a reset switch as well here. So if you want to hard reset the microcontroller, then you can press this button to hard reset the switch if the microcontroller is not working in proper manner. We have CDRS signal that is going to the ADC line. We have CDRB signal, that is current drive, like a detection signal, like what is the current that is flowing into the output. We have taken some of the pairs, let's say like UART signal and I2C signal, that will be utilized for external purposes. This is not actually needed for the stepper motor driver. So anyway, this provision is given because we have the ample amount of pins available. We have also given sense iSense uh, capabilities, like the current sensing capabilities. So iSense A and iSense B are going to the ADC lines of this microcontroller. We have additionally put this decay control, that is DK1 and DK2, so which will be set 0 0 0 1 1 0 or 1 1 based on the mode of the operation that you require, whether it is slow mode, fast mode, or mixed slow mode or mixed fast mode. Okay, so there will be four modes of the working for the stepper motor. And this is the programming connector, so that is working with only two pins, that is SWDIO pin and SWCLK pin, with VDD, that is my power supply pin. Okay, and the pin number 4 is ground. So this is how it is connected. Additionally, what we have added here is we have added two push buttons which can be utilized for some of the general purpose uses. Okay, so once this push button is pressed, this user PV button will be seeing low, and when the same way this push button will be also pressed, and at that time the user will be seeing this particular IO pin will be seen as low, and this is how you will be able to make some decisions. Okay, similar to that, we have added two LEDs, LED 0 and LED 1, and in that case these two LEDs will be glowing once the microcontroller pin goes low, because this microcontroller pin is acting as sink. Okay, good. So this particular microcontroller has been arranged so properly, and for all the functions have been included. Now the thing is, we have to work on this power supply of this particular microcontroller. So for that purpose we have taken one input connector. So this is the input connector, 2-pin connector, and what I have done is I have connected one not used resistor, okay, which is 1206 package. So if this is going to be a filtered output from external source or somewhere which is going to be 3.3 volt, then it can be directly connected to VDD, and VDD will be supplying to the power supply of microcontroller, right? Now if this is not 3.3 volts, so let's say VCC is your 5 volt, in that case what will happen is we need to have a regulator. So for that purpose we have power supply regulator included in the circuit, and in that case what we have done is we have used a 300 milliampere regulator, which is linear regulator, and the output is made as VDD. So this VDD will be supplying the power supply for the microcontroller needs. Now this is the external interface that I was talking to you. So we have 10 pin connector. This is very beautiful connector from Worth Electronics, and it is kind of like a, a connector which is surrounded. Okay, so in that what I have given is this I2C interface can be go like taken to external interface. Two PWM signals were there extra which can be taken to outer interface. This UART can also be taken to outer interface. We have ADC1A and ADC2A. So this can be like utilized for reading the ADC values. If you want, you can connect these two ADC lines to other signals, let's say PV0 like push button 0 and LED 0. So if you want to have some indication in the uh, external boards or somewhere, so you can connect that way. So all right, so we are ready with the microcontroller interfaces and then the power supply requirement and external interface that we have given in this particular board provision. Now coming to the fact that the a stepper motor sections. In this stepper motor section, anyway, in the last video I have already shown you like what are the different designs. So you can see CDRA and CDRB are the output pins that is going to give you the current regulated output, values. So for that purpose, they will be going to the ADCs of the microcontroller. Same way, iSense A and iSense B are going to the microcontroller. At the same time, iSense A and iSense B are also pulled down with the proper values of 3 kilo ohm. In that case, there will not be a requirement, even if the microcontroller pin is not in function, the IC will not go in like a issue phase or like fault phase. Same way, we have CDRA and CDRB also has been connected to pulled high so that it can be working properly. So the thing is, I have given hardware uh, functionalities directly also without any uh, like programming in the microcontroller. This particular stepper motor will be in a position to work independently. Now coming to the fact that ENA and ENB, so enable 1 and enable 2 has been also pulled high so that the stepper motor will be working. If you want to disable them, the software provision is given through the microcontroller. Similar to that, the PWM working, inputs, that is DIN 1A and DIN 2B as well as DIN 1B and DIN 2B has been connected through the microcontroller output PWMs. At the same time, they have been pulled high by different provisions. Let's say it is not used and not used made because of we want to work it in forward direction and the current direction will be from out 2 to out 1. Okay, so let's say out 2A to out 1A, that will be the direction of current. Similar to that, out 2B to out 1B, that will be the direction of current. Okay, good. We have fault pin that will be actually high if there is no issue. So once it is high, it will not the red LED will not be glowing. Okay, so this will be switched off. Now once there is a fault that is detected in this particular IC, what will happen is this will go low. In that case, this will go low and it will be acting as a sink, and this uh, red LED will start glowing. So this red LED will start glowing. It means it is indicating that the IC is in faulty condition. If the motor is not working, in that case, suppose you want to switch shut down the like stepper motor, or you don't want to work it, make it working. Let's say you want to keep it in sleep mode. In that case, hardware wise also I have given sleep, so it can be like pull down. So pull down means it is not sleeping. Okay, and if you want to make it in sleep mode, then you have to pull it low, sorry, pull it high. So uh, I have given a provision for the microcontroller that you can see. So this microcontroller pin, sleep pin, is going as a output pin, and once it is going to make it high to make the stepper motor in sleep mode. Okay, good. Similar to that, all the places I have utilized actually 3.3 volts. In that case, for the purpose, VDD has been actually renamed with 3.3 volt through a resistor, so that if you want to disconnect this complete stepper motor section, you can remove this particular resistor. Okay, so this is how it will be working. Now let us talk about more into reference A and reference B. So reference A, reference B has been pulled down with a 18 kilo ohm resistor that was calculated in our last videos as well. Similar to that, we have DK1 and DK2 mode control pin. In that case, you can see 00 is your slow mode, 01 is your fast mode. 30% slow and 30% slow and 70%. If you talk about 01 is 30% fast and 70% slow, and 10 is 60% fast and 40% slow, and 11 is fast mode. That is, it will, the maximum speed will be in 11 mode, right? So hardware wise, it has been set to 10 mode, that is mixed mode with 60% fast and 40% slow. And the same pin has been, like connected to the microcontroller pin as well, where it will be uh, like setting whatever mode is needed. Now the very important thing that comes is the stepper motor driver power supply. So that is called as VM1 pin and VM2 pin. Though both are VM pin only, but for the circuit design purpose, we have to go in sequences. Okay. So in this VM pin, I have given a terminal connector for the power supply. So let's say you have to supply minimum 15 volt of, let's say, 2 ampere source or 4 ampere source. Up to 4 ampere source will be always better. If you want, you can make this stepper motor work at 12 volt as well as up to 18 volt. So these three voltage level will be sufficient for this particular stepper motor to work. Okay, and this is my charge supply capacitor requirement. So that is, given value is 0.022 microfarad. Okay, and this is my voltage charge capacitor, that is 1 microfarad. Now the only thing that is remaining is our motor connector. So motor connector, I have given a terminal block. So this is 4 pin block. So pin number 1 and 2 are pair 1A and 1B, and pin number 3 and 4 are pair 1B and 2B. So 1B, 1A, 1B, 1A, 2A output will be coming at pin number 1, 2, and 1B, 2B output will be coming at pin number 3, 4. Okay. So this is how terminal block has been connected. So hope you have understood the complete circuit design for the microcontroller section and the power supply requirement. And additionally, a very good feature that we have provided in our board is external, like interface with this 10 pin connector, so that you can control some of the pins or some of the outputs. And at the same time, this complete motor section circuit design. So this motor section has been designed hardware wise also, so there is no requirement of any software, and at the same time there is software control given for any changes that you want to have in like during the working. So if you do have still questions regarding this particular stepper motor driver applications or target applications where it can be utilized, or maybe you want to make some changes based on the supply voltages or based on the mode settings, or whichever way, like whether you want to work it in reverse direction or forward direction, or when do you want it into faulty mode or sleep mode, what are the actions that you need to take into account, like what would be the like current setting and everything. You can see HFS was also connected through a 1 kilo ohm resistor to the ground. So it means it is working at its full capability of 3.8 ampere output current. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can put down your comments in the comment box. And we are winding up this with this particular session for the stepper motor driver application. Thank you.